and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Meha Bhardwaj-Alter and this is Game On. We're just a couple of days away from the world's biggest T20 league and there's so much to look forward to this season. All the teams are getting ready. They're in the process of finalizing their playing 11 for the first few games. Captains are discussing their plans with the players. Fans are all over social media talking up their team's chances this time around. So much to look forward to. The IPL festival is truly one of a kind. And here on Game On, today we talk about the top 5 things that we are looking forward to this IPL. The first big question then we all want answer to is, will this be Tala Dhoni's farewell season? He turns 43 in July, an age where no Indian has managed to stay as relevant while being an active cricketer. Yes, we're talking about the one and only Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who last year led Chennai Super Kings to a record equaling 5th IPL title. Whenever this franchise has been written off from being termed as the daddy army to facing elimination, Dhoni has managed to pull off the incredible. Take the 2021 IPL, where under Dhoni, CSK won the title in the UAE while appending predictions of how they would fare after a poor 2020. Or last year, when CSK, who had finished 9th in 2022 and were hit by injuries at the start of the season, overcame the home favourites, Gujarat Titans, to win the IPL for the 5th time, thus drawing level with Rohit Sharma's Mumbai Indians. Only Dhoni could have pulled that off with the resources he had. Will 2024 then be the last time Dhoni will play for CSK? The man himself dropped several hints last year, which have led many to speculate that indeed this will be his final year in CSK yellow. While his batting has receded from the spectacular level he set when he was in his prime, Dhoni's captaincy, man management and wicket-keeping remain unparalleled. The way he marshalled his men through an injury-hit 2023 IPL, the way he got the best out of the likes of Tushar Deshpande, Matisha Pathirana and Ajinkya Rahane, and the way he had last year's sensation Shubman Gill stumped in the final in Ahmedabad, that was pure MSD genius. Dhoni has hinted that he would want to bid farewell to the IPL in front of the CSK army in Chennai, which sets up a fascinating journey for the men in yellow. One last hurrah then to put Dhoni in elite IPL territory as a captain with 6 trophies. Okay, now the second thing that we can't wait to see is Hardik Pandya captaining Mumbai Indians. Can it be the start of a new legacy for Mumbai Indians under Pandya? That all is not well inside the corridors of the mighty Mumbai Indians has been speculated ever since the word came out of Hardik Pandya leaving Gujarat Titans after 2 seasons and going back to the franchise which made him. Now, in the press conference held by Mumbai Indians yesterday, Hardik said he's still not spoken to his predecessor Rohit Sharma since taking over the captaincy, but that there will be no awkwardness between them. Rohit Sharma had led Mumbai Indians to 5 IPL titles and he is yet to speak on the captaincy issue. But he has joined the Mumbai Indians camp ahead of the IPL and he posted a caption-less tweet sharing pictures of his training session. Pandya earned his reputation as a world-class all-rounder while at MI for 7 years from 2015 to 2021, and then for 2 seasons he led Gujarat Titans, winning the IPL in his first year in charge of the new franchise and following it up with another appearance in the final last year. While this return to Mumbai has raised talk of a new legacy starting under Pandya, it does beg the question of where Rohit Sharma stands inside the dressing room of Mumbai Indians. Rohit has been with Mumbai Indians since the 2011 season, and his appointment as captain midway through the 2013 season sparked a dramatic turnaround in fortunes as Mumbai Indians won the trophy for the first time that season. Rohit then went on to lead MI to 4 more IPL titles, the most recent in 2020 when they defended their title from the previous year to become the first franchise to win the tournament 5 times. However, at 36 and with the franchise owners moving on to Pandya as the new captain, where does it leave MI's own hitman? Rohit is the team's all-time leading run getter, but since 2016 he's only made it to 400 runs once in a season. That's in 2019, and his last IPL century was way back in 2012. So, despite MI's coaching staff openly crediting Rohit for being a legend and consummate professional, there have been rumours of Rohit not being entirely at ease with Pandya's return, and that too as captain. Will the Mumbai fans embrace Pandya as their leader? Will they show him as much love as they have to Rohit over all these years? How will the two titans get along? Have Mumbai Indians put together a title-winning team? Plenty of questions indeed. Let's move on then to the next big point. Can this be Royal Challengers Bangalore's season? This year has already been exceptional for Royal Challengers Bangalore after Smriti Mandhana led their women's team to victory in the second edition of WPL, beating Delhi Capitals in the final. E Sala Cup Namde has already become E Sala Cup Namdu. RCB fans have already been overjoyed by the women's team, but what about the men's team? Can this be their year too? Not once in 16 seasons have RCB got their hands on the trophy. The captaincy has changed, the coaching staff has been reshuffled, millions and millions were spent on some of the game's biggest names. And yet, for 16 seasons, all RCB fans have been dealt is heartbreak. The sight of watching RCB play at the Chinnaswamy Stadium in front of a packed house of fans is one of the greatest experiences in cricket. But when Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers and Chris Gayle could not combine to win the IPL, what chances do RCB have in 2024? Under former South African skipper Faf du Plessis, who at 39 remains one of the fittest cricketers in the world, the franchisee goes into the 17th season of this IPL with hopes renewed after acquiring the Australian all-rounder Cameron Green from Mumbai Indians and adding the big-hitting English opener Will Jacks. However, as with most past seasons, the question is not whether the batting can deliver, but whether RCB have the bowlers to deliver a title. Mohammad Siraj is the leader of the pack, but his backup is questionable. Lockie Ferguson has pace, but he is inconsistent. Reece Topley is injury-prone. Alzari Joseph has played for two previous IPL franchises and struggles to get enough game time. Tom Curran brings plenty of globe-trotting T20 franchise experience, but can be expensive and erratic. Yash Dayal has a tendency to go for runs. Vijay Kumar Vyashak lacks the IPL experience. Akash Deep has yet to crack T20 cricket, and most worrying, the lack of a match-winning spinner stands to let RCB down once again. Can Karan Sharma, who's 36, and Glenn Maxwell be counted on to take wickets and keep a check on runs? Fans of the men in black and red will surely have their fingers crossed once again. Next up, how will Rishabh Pant and his return to cricket go? I think all of us want to know that. All of us want to see him playing. Indian cricket has not been the same since that fateful night in December 2022 when Rishabh Pant suffered an accident behind the wheel on a highway from Delhi to Roorkee in Uttarakhand. The 26-year-old has undergone multiple surgeries after being left with severe knee injury, broken wrist and a broken ankle following the collision, which in his own words left him wondering if he would ever walk again, forget playing cricket. The Delhi Capitals management has confirmed that now Pant, who's been out of action for more than 15 months, he is going to be leading the franchise in this year's IPL season. BCCI has already said that after 14 months of rehab and recovery process, Pant has been declared fit as a wicketkeeper batter for the IPL. However, given the seriousness of this injury and the time Pant has spent in rehab getting his body ready for cricket, can his body sustain both keeping and batting in the IPL? Capitals coach Ricky Ponting, he said that he's entirely fit and that he'll be captaining the side. If he's not entirely fit, Ponting said that they will use him in a slightly recovery and a smooth return. And beyond the IPL, countless Indian cricket fans are awaiting the wicketkeeper batter's return to competitive cricket given his exploits for India. Pant's last match for the country was a test match in Bangladesh in December 2022, just days before his crash. Pant has played 33 tests, 30 ODIs and 66 T20Is for India, while in the IPL for the Delhi franchise, he's amassed 2,837 runs at a strike rate of almost 148. This makes Pant Delhi's all-time leading run-getter. And lastly, will Pat Cummins, the golden boy with the golden touch, prove worth the spend? An IPL player auction, or at the IPL player auction in December, Australian captain Pat Cummins became the second most expensive signing in the competition's 16-year history when Sunrisers Hyderabad won a massive bidding war to acquire the pace bowler for 20.5 crore. Thus, Cummins' purchase eclipsed the 18.5 crore that Punjab Kings forked out for England all-rounder Sam Curran the year before. Cummins, who in 2023 captained Australia to the ODI World Cup and the World Test Championship titles by defeating India both times, went to SRH after the franchise edged out RCB, Mumbai Indians and CSK in a four-way contest. Now, the 30-year-old joins World Cup final hero Travis Head at Sunrisers Hyderabad and was recently unveiled as their captain. This has caused a flutter in IPL circles given how many overseas players SRH have, and also raises the possibility of some big names sitting out. With a 20.5 crore price tag and the captaincy, Cummins will play all the matches. But who will be the other three overseas players in the SRH 11? South African wicketkeeper batter Heinrich Klaasen. He has to play given how indispensable he was last year while scoring the most runs for the franchise in what was a dismal overall season, as does his South African counterpart Marco Jansen, seeing how vital a role he plays with the ball and lower order hitting. That leaves one spot in the 11, even accounting for the impact player rule, and four big names to choose from. One of them is batter Aiden Markram, who was Sunrisers Hyderabad skipper until Cummins was brought on board, and who skippered the franchise's South African extension to back-to-back SA T20 titles. Then there is Vanindu Hasaranga, let's not forget about him. The Sri Lankan all-rounder who has joined Sunrisers Hyderabad for 1.5 crore at the auction and who brings to the table plenty of experience but will not be available for the first three games. After him comes World Cup final hero Travis Head, who despite poor recent form in Test cricket remains a viable opening option. And then New Zealand all-rounder Glenn Phillips, who has a career T20 strike rate of 141 and has 500s in the format. So, are we looking at a scenario where a former Sunrisers Hyderabad captain in Markram sits on the bench for much of the IPL 2024, or a proven match winner like Phillips carrying drinks the whole season? And will Cummins prove worth the massive paycheck, given that of these three formats, he's been the least dependable in T20 cricket? So, those are the five things that we are looking forward to. What about you? Do let us know in the comment section below. Let's move on now. This Indian Premier League is going to be special for Gambhir. First, he decided to quit politics quite prematurely to return to his first love, cricket. Secondly, he returns to Kolkata Knight Riders, a team he led to win 2 IPL titles. Gambhir, in his first interaction with the media as the KKR mentor, got a little emotional and also alerted his bosses that he was never an easy guy to handle. Listen in.
For me, never about purple and gold and those 2 stars which you see on the jersey. It was far, far, far more beyond that. Because honestly, I had the honor of leading 3 men who are here, and it is very important for me to mention them. First, KKR meant passion. KKR meant honesty, it meant sacrifice, and it meant selflessness. And the reason why I say that is, there is this young man who had put his body online every time he's gone onto the cricket field and wore this jersey, who's taught me about passion, Grey Russ. He taught me a lot of things as a leader. And then when I talk about sacrifice, this young, shy boy who came in 2012 did not utter a word. I had seen his struggles. He has gone through so much in this jersey, what any cricketer would never go through. From being reported, to being banned playing the Champions League final, to being remodeling his action, coming back and doing the same stuff year after year. And I had seen his emotion, I had seen his insecurities, I had seen his fears, I had seen everything what he has gone through. I've lived that. And I have also seen someone like him becoming the greatest bowler in the IPL history. He taught me sacrifice as Sunil Narayan. Last but not the least, when I talk about selflessness, I have never said this in 42 years of my career. And I wanted to say this. the greatest team man I've ever played with, the most selfless human being, someone I can take a bullet for, someone who I can trust for life. And I can tell you this because in 2011, my first game as an KKR captain, we only had four overseas available. And this man had a fabulous 50-over World Cup. And we went with in that game with only 3 overseas players. And he was carrying drinks in that game with no disappointment on his face. He taught me selflessness. So these are the people who made me the leader when the foundation of the franchise are based on such strong individuals. KKR can never go wrong. And that is what KKR meant to me.
Okay, with that, we're going to slip into a short break. But when we come back, what else did Gambhir have to say about this season with KKR? That and more when we return.
Start with the end in mind. You need to know where you want to reach. Every morning that we wake up, we are exercising our choice. The destiny is decided. The results are known that I'm going to win. Life of a goalkeeper is something which has always intrigued me.
When you come into a stadium, this is the highest level of pressure.
When I set out to do something, I decide in my mind that failure is not an option.
What you feel very strongly about, those are the stories to tell.
I have a mind which is absolutely restless.
Mind and body are entangled sensations.
That brings me back to golf. It's an amazing game.
This is not a perfect game. You only learn from them.
If you have a formula to a success, then you can replicate it.
I feel this is my first step. I'm starting now.
Winner is first born in the mind. I think, therefore I am. We are all about our mind.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Welcome back. Let's continue that event where Kolkata Knight Riders launched their jersey. Gautam Gambhir in attendance along with the other Kolkata Knight Riders players. You can see Rinku Singh there, Venkatesh Iyer, Nitish Rana, and that's the new jersey for Kolkata Knight Riders. But what has been exciting to see for Kolkata Knight Riders fans is that Gautam Gambhir is back. The former skipper who had taken them to victory and had taken them to 2 IPL titles. He's back as a mentor. He also reminded the franchisee owners and CEO Venki Mysore that how he'd been actually a very tough person to handle, to deal with as a player. He also shared the conversation he had with the Kolkata Knight Riders owners and management before this new season and his new role. Listen in.
I'm a very tough guy to handle, and I have to thank SRK and Venki bhai here as well. I think they've taken a lot of my tantrums, my stubbornness for such a long period of time. I think he only told me the same thing what he told me in 2011 when I joined KKR for the first time, that this is your franchise, make it or break it. He told me exactly the same thing in 2023. This is your franchise, make it or break it. And I said the same thing, that I don't know what's going to happen, but I can assure you that whenever I leave this place, you're going to be in a much better position. So I have to thank the owner, I have to thank the CEO for trusting in me, and hopefully we can achieve some great success because it's the honesty. I think SRK taught me honesty, dignity, and being fair to everyone. क्योंकि सच ये है कि हम सच्चाई से लड़ना जानते हैं, हम हारना जानते हैं और हम जीतना भी जानते हैं.
All right, the good news for Kolkata Knight Riders on Shreyas Iyer's fitness front, that has come as a shot in the arm for the team. The skipper is optimistic that under the guidance of their coach Chandrakant Pandit and mentor Gautam Gambhir, the team can win the IPL trophy for the 3rd time.
I've worked with Chandu sir in domestic cricket. He has been phenomenal in terms of players management, and also with Koti Bhai, I've played under him at different franchise. So, both of them have been outstanding in terms of supporting and providing contribution in different ways and helping out the youngsters as much as possible. And that is something you can learn from, and also you get to cherish so many things and also share your experiences with them. I feel honored and privileged to be working around them, and also we've got a fantastic team. So it's something that I'm looking forward to in the coming months. And coming back to these two amazing coaches, I feel that they have achieved so much in their lives. They basically know how to win championships. It is something you envision as an individual, and as a youngster, you want to come and experience all these small things when you are in a team environment. And it's an absolute boon to be around them, and I'm looking forward to have some great memories this season, and fingers crossed we lift the trophy as well. And talking about all these players that you named, I feel they are match winners in their own way, and they have proved it in the past as well. So I am lucky to be having such players under me, and at the same time, that they've got immense experience and they have won so many matches in the past for Kolkata. So yeah, it's just an honor and privilege. It's basically an honor to lead such a brilliant squad, and I am thankful and grateful to be given this opportunity by the franchise. Venki sir for showing that promise in me, and everyone supporting the decision. So looking forward to have a great season, and I hope that we go all guns blazing.
And Kolkata Knight Riders coach Chandrakant Pandit also opened up about his strategy to handle and guide players like Rinku Singh, Varun Chakravarti, Venkatesh Iyer, as well as the seasoned pros like Andre Russell, Sunil Narine and Mitchell Starc.
One has to be a little flexible about it. And जो players इस level पे खेल रहे हैं, उनको उनकी responsibility पता है. I mean, we have to give them little freedom to play. What is the best ability what they have? And that was the only simple thing. It is nothing that rocket science that you have to. But of course, when they go out, they have always shown that aggression. They played with that aggression. That fire in belly we call it. That was always there. And obviously that when they were playing every game. I mean, अगर आपने देखा होगा, if you are seeing that every game they almost touched 200 runs. And that was the spirit that what we had. We always seen that spirit in the dressing room, because they wanted to win. I mean, from the captain to every individual player. And of course, there was also some great motivation behind it, because Kolkata के जो लोग हैं, वो इतना प्यार करते थे, तो उनको disappoint नहीं करना, ये हमारा हमेशा ये बात है. Obviously, the franchise is much bigger than everything, but still, we wanted to make that franchise also very happy about it. But unfortunately, just part of the game that we could not make it. But I still, as I earlier mentioned, that it was outstanding season. The balance what we have in the team, and the entire team, not only individuals what we're talking about, but the even support staff, the team what we have. And of course, the great experience coming from Gautam and the captain Shreyas as well. But of course, I was very proud that last season the way the Nitesh has led the team, every individual has contributed, and the game whichever that came across us, I think we were very fired to play with that. Of course, we missed out Shreyas last season. It's unfortunate for us. Any team would miss him.
Okay, with that, time for us to wrap this bulletin up. But before we go, the Olympic flame will arrive in Marseille from Greece on May 8th, with around 150,000 people expected to attend the ceremony in the southern city's Old Port for the start of the French leg of the relay. The French police will be on high alert for threats along the route of the 2024 Olympic torch relay. The torch bearers will be protected by about 100 officers in a security bubble with the anti-drone measures in place. French police on Monday carried out an exercise to showcase that how they'd be protecting the Olympic torch. during the mock drill as the two individuals intruded in the bubble. A first circle quickly tightened their presence around the torch, while a second circle stopped the individuals, immobilizing them on the ground. Then a wider security circle of police officers took the suspects away from the relay to resume. The drill outside Paris was observed by the French Interior Minister Gerard Darmanin. Some 18,000 police officers will be on duty in Paris when the torch goes through the city on July 14th, 15th and on July 26th. With that, time for us to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Start with the end in mind. You need to know where you want to reach. Every morning that we wake up, we are exercising our choice. The destiny is decided. The results are known that I'm going to win. Life of a goalkeeper is something which has always intrigued me.
When you come into a stadium, this is the highest level of pressure.
When I set out to do something, I decide in my mind that failure is not an option.
What you feel very strongly about, those are the stories to tell.
I have a mind which is absolutely restless.
Mind and body are entangled sensations.
That brings me back to golf. It's an amazing game.
This is not a perfect game. You only learn from them.
If you have a formula to a success, then you can replicate it.
I feel this is my first step. I'm starting now.
The winner is first born in the mind. I think, therefore I am. We are all about